It's week 5 of the NFL season. It's the week the Tampa Bay Buccaneers decided to pay Josh Freeman $6 million to go away, and Bucs fans are wondering if they can pay the Bucs to go away. I'm Kevin Clark. With me is my editor, Geoff Foster. Geoff, we're at the quarter point of the season. We're sort of kind of shaking things out. Let's talk about who's awards, irrational award season right now. Who's your MVP right now?
And I can't say Peyton Manning because that's just ridiculously obvious.
What we're going to do is we're going to have a no Broncos show. We're not going to be able to mention the Broncos for anything
it's Peyton Manning.
because they're so much better than everybody else.
Peyton Manning's the MVP, done. But if he didn't exist, I like Jamal Charles. I like what he's doing this year. I think he's a huge key to the success down there in Kansas City. Not just so much as running, he's actually statistically not running great this year by his standards. Just the way he's catching the ball, I think it's the ultimate safety valve for Alex Smith. I think he's making Alex Smith better. Like anytime he wants to, there's no one open, he dumps it to Jamal Charles. Boom, that's 9 easy yards, and they're just moving the offense because of him. And he can get in the end zone.
Well, how about Jimmy Graham, the Saints tight end? He's got 6 touchdowns through 4 games, just ridiculous. But when you look at the schemes that the Saints are using, he's changing the way the game is played. He's playing on the outside, line next to a cornerback. Cornerbacks don't know what to do with him. That's opening up lanes for people like Marquise Colston, the Saints wide receiver, who's now being covered by a linebacker or a safety or something like that.
He had 3 guys on him.
It's just insane what they're doing schematically. Jimmy Graham is basically changing the way people think about the tight end position. I just think that there's no way that he shouldn't get some consideration at the end of the year, even in a world where Peyton Manning exists. So how about the Super Bowl pick, Geoff?
I'm actually going to, since we can't take the Broncos,
can't take the no Broncos show.
Okay. I'm going to actually say a game that's existing this weekend also, and it's Colts-Seahawks. I think both those teams kind of they're zigging where the rest of the NFL is zagging. They run the ball hard. They don't like to take a lot of risks. They play good pass defense. They can play well on the road. They've obviously both have these tremendous second-year quarterbacks, and now that Griffin is kind of lost in the woods, these are the 2 best from that class. So I think they're very similar, and I think, Indianapolis might have more of an upside. I think Luck's going to get better and better.
Seahawks got to work on playing on the road, though. They're absolutely miserable. How about the aforementioned Saints and the New England Patriots? I think they're the 2 best teams, Broncos excluded. The Patriots, people talk about their defense. They lost Vince Wilfork for the year last week. But listen, here's a little secret the NFL knew that fans maybe don't know. Vince Wilfork wasn't playing that great before he got injured. He's kind of slow. He's getting up there. Doesn't move as graceful as he did in the past.
He's the only guy in that defense who has a Super Bowl ring on.
Correct. But however, Joe Villano's going to come in. He's going to be steady in Wilfork's place. But you look at the secondary. They're getting contributions from guys like Devin McCourty, Steve Gregory. Aqib Talib is apparently a Pro Bowler now. I mean, it's just ridiculous. When that secondary is underachieving, the Patriots are still really good. They're good now. So I don't even know what to think. I think the Patriots
I'm still not sure they've beaten anyone good. Atlanta's
pretty good. That secondary has always been the question for the last 3 or 4 years. They've sorted it out.
Defense is definitely better.
Yeah, and so really, I just think that there's nobody who can beat them except the Broncos, and I think they could beat the Broncos. Aqib Talib versus Peyton Manning will be interesting in the AFC title game. Okay, how about a big surprise? There's been a lot of them so far.
I'm sort of surprised by Phillip Rivers. I mean, I think I may or might not have called this guy the worst quarterback in the league last year.
I think you did. I remember
and I think that last year under Norv Turner was just a disaster. The guy was getting sacked all the time. He was trying to force the ball down the field. This year he's playing smart. He's reading the defense. He's kind of like a Peyton Manning light. He's not making a lot of mistakes. He's throwing a lot, very light, making racking up huge yards, and he's not getting sacked a lot, which also helps. But a lot of it's because he's getting rid of the ball quickly.
How about the Bears' offensive line, particularly the right side of the offensive line? People don't talk about this a lot, but Kyle Long, the rookie guard, Jordan Mills, the rookie tackle, they've combined to make Jay Cutler be sacked 6 times, which is less than all but 2 starters in the NFL. Look, Bears fans had post-traumatic stress disorder after the past 3 or 4 years of Bears offensive lines, and now they've sorted it out. They used 2 draft picks. Mills was a 5th-round pick out of Louisiana Tech. He's been a surprise of the year as far as offensive line play goes. I really like them, and I think that's the reason the Bears could win the division. Real quick, upset pick.
I'm going to go with the Ravens. I think the Dolphins got exposed a lot last week against the Saints. Tannehill just can't get any protection. I think the Ravens are slowly, steadily righting the ship.
All right. I like the Lions over the Packers. I know it never happens, but guess what? I think Reggie Bush is going to be able to exploit those Packer linebackers. I just think they have Clay Matthews and there's everybody else as far as that linebacking
You think the Packers are kind of sneaky bad?
I think they're sneaky bad. I think Reggie Bush really gets people off their game. He's being used in the right way now. Just throw him those 4-yard, 5-yard outs and let let him go. I think it's a huge thing, and really, I think it could happen. I know we have some pessimistic Lion fans on in our paper, and I think that they have a reason to be optimistic. Anyway, that's it for Week 5. Hope your week is going better than Josh Freeman's.